So the next topic what we are going to learn is about polarity of bonds. See, already I taught ionic bond, electrovalent bond. Ionic bond means transfer of electrons. Covalent bond means sharing of electrons. But here, in covalent bond, in some molecules, there is some ionic character present. That only we are going to see here. So when a covalent bond means sharing of electron pairs. If it is formed between two identical atoms, for example H2, O2, Cl2, etc., both atom, for example take HH, OO, Cl, both atoms have equal tendency to attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself. So the shared pair of electron exactly lies in the middle of the nuclei of two atoms. This is in the case for homonuclear atoms, that is two identical atoms. Suppose if the two atoms are different, for example HCl or even HF, if you are taking here, the atom with more electronegativity attract the shared pair of electron towards itself than the other atom. As a result, the cloud of shared electron pair gets distorted. For example, take HF, the covalent bond between hydrogen and fluorine in HF. Here the electronegativity of hydrogen is 2.1, electronegativity of fluorine is 4. It means that fluorine is more electronegative. It attracts the shared pair of electrons towards itself as much as hydrogen. So partial negative charge found on fluorine and partial positive charge found on hydrogen. This is so that bond is said to be a polar covalent bond, and this is said to be a dipole separated by a distance of 91 picometer. Both the atoms, both the charges separated by a distance of 91 picometer. So the polarity of a covalent bond can be measured in terms of dipole moment, that is which is defined as mu is equal to q into 2d. Mu is the dipole moment, q is the charge between the two atoms, and 2d is the distance between the two charges. For example, see, plus q minus q, if you are considering two atoms at a distance of 2d, plus q minus q, two charges, it is a vector quantity. Dipole moment is a vector. So the direction of the dipole points from the negative to positive, negative towards positive. The unit for dipole moment is given as coulometer, not centimeter, this one, coulometer. It is expressed in d by unit d. So 1 d by is equal to 3.336 into 10 power minus 30 coulometer. Now, the diatomic molecules like H2, homodiatomic molecules, H2, O2, F2, they are all having zero dipole moment. So, they are all called as non-polar molecules. Non-polar. And molecules such as HF, HCl, NO, these are also having not having zero dipole moment. So they are called as polar molecules. Non-zero dipole moment, so they are called as polar molecules. Molecules having the polar bonds will not have a dipole moment. For example, the linear form of carbon dioxide, say double bond O, having zero dipole moment, even though having two polar bonds. In CO2, the dipole moments of the two polar bonds CO are equal. These two bonds are equal but differ in magnitude but have opposite direction. one acting like this, one acting like this towards negative to positive, because this is having positive, this is having negative, so negative to positive, negative. So the net charge mu is equal to mu 1 plus mu 2. This is mu 1, this is mu 2. That is net charge is equal to 0. Similarly, if you are taking water molecule H2O having small positive, so having small negative, negative. So this is mu 1, this is mu 2. So what is mu? Mu is equal to mu 1 plus mu 2. For this one value is 1.85 d by. So the extent of the ionic character in a covalent bond can be noted, can be related to the electronegativity difference between the bonded atoms. So in a typical polar molecule, A, B, one is having a small positive, one is having a small negative. The electronegativity difference chi A and chi B can be used to predict if chi A, chi B, that is electronegativity of A and B, if the value is equal to 1.7, the bond has 50% ionic character. The covalent bond has 50% ionic character. If it is greater than 1.7, then the ionic character will be more than 50%. If it is value is less than 1.7, the ionic character will be less than 50%. So based upon that, the partial ionic character in covalent bond, the ionic compounds show partial covalent character. For example, organic compound lithium chloride, they show covalent character. It is an ionic compound but show covalent character, and it is soluble in organic solvents such as ethanol. The partial covalent character in ionic compound can be explained by a process called polarization. We know that in an ionic compound, a cation and an anion is present. The force between the both is the electrostatic force, which attracts the both. Positively charged cation attracts the anion. But the nucleus, while repelling the nucleus, see, this is the cation, this is the anion. Nucleus will be repelled, but the anion, the electron cloud, will be attracted towards the cation. So because of this, there is a change in the shape of the anion, that is distortion of the electron cloud of the anion. It is drifted towards the cation because the cation is pulling the anion towards itself. So the nucleus will be repelled, but the electron cloud attracted towards the cation. So the shape gets some distorted. That process is called as polarization. So a cation and an anion. Children, listen carefully. So the cation has the ability to polarize an anion, because cation only pulling the anion towards itself. So this cation has that ability to polarize the anion. That is called polarizing ability. And because of that, anion has a tendency to get polarized. This is called polarizing ability. Anion process is called as polarizability. Both are different. Anion has a capacity to polarize an anion. Anion has a tendency to get polarized. That is called polarizability, polarizing ability. So this can be explained by Fajon's rule. So there are 3 rules. Number 1, cation, anion, both having high charge. If it is having high charge on them, covalent character is more. For example, both having high charge. For example, NaCl, MgCl2, AlCl3. Na is 1 plus, Mg is 2 plus, Al is 3 plus. So Al is the charge more. Al charge more. So Na less than Mg less than Al. So Al is the high charge because it has a high polarizing ability. Similarly, if we are seeing chlorine, Cl, Cl2, Cl3, charge more. So this has the high polarizing ability. This is the first rule. Second rule, smaller the cation is smaller, anion is larger. If this is the case, having more covalent character. For example, lithium chloride, sodium chloride, both the anions are same. If you are taking lithium and convert to sodium, Li plus, Na plus, lithium atomic number 3, sodium atomic number 11. So, cation smaller among the both. Lithium is smaller charge. So, this can show more polarizing behavior than Na plus. Now, take this one, LiCl, Lii. Both the cations are same. Now see the anion, Cl minus, I minus, Cl atomic number 17, I more than 50, but more negative charge for iodine. See, if the anion is larger, more polarizing behavior. So among the both, this having more polarizing behavior. This is the rule 2. Rule 3. If the cations having pseudo-noble gas configuration, pseudo-noble gas means 18 electrons should be in the outermost shell. It shows greater covalent character. For example, take two example, Cu plus, Na plus. Cu plus, electronic configuration for Cu plus is organ configuration 3s2, 3p6, 3d10, 18 electrons. Na plus, helium configuration 2s2, 2p6, only 8 electrons. So when convert to Na plus, Cu plus has more polarizing behavior because it is having pseudo-noble gas configuration. This and all well clearly explained in page number 79, 80 and 81.